In ancient cultures, archaeological studies from around the world have shown that hair cutting and hairstyling were practiced as early as the glacial age. The simple implements used then were shaped from sharpened flints, oyster shells, or bone. Animal sinew or strips of hide were used as an adornment or to tie the hair back, and braiding techniques were employed in many cultures. Many primitive cultures maintained a connection between the body, mind, and spirit. For example, some tribes believed that both good and bad spirits entered the individual through the hairs on the head, and that the only way to exorcise the bad spirits was to cut the hair. Belief systems elevated tribal barbers to positions of importance, such as medicine men, shamans, or priests. The Egyptians are credited with being the first people to cultivate beauty in an extravagant fashion. Excavations from tombs have revealed such relics as combs, brushes, mirrors, cosmetics, scissors, and razors made of tempered copper and bronze. Coloring agents made from berries, bark, minerals, and other natural materials were used on the hair, skin, and nails. Eye paint was the most popular of all cosmetics, with the use of henna as a coloring agent first recorded in 1500 BC. The use of barbers by Egyptian noblemen and priests 6,000 years ago is substantiated by Egypt's written records, art, and sculptures. High-ranking men and women of Egypt had their heads shaved for comfort when wearing wigs and for the prevention of parasitic infestations. Every third day, barbers would shave the priests' entire bodies to ensure their purity before entering the temple. The work of the barber Mary Ma'at was apparently held in particular high esteem, and his image was sculpted for posterity. In some African cultures, hair was groomed with intricately carved combs and decorated with beads, clay, and colored bands. Braiding was used extensively, with intricate patterns frequently denoting status within the tribe. Several biblical passages give insight into the state of barbering in the Middle East. According to Leviticus, Moses commanded those who had recovered from leprosy to shave their body hair as a part of a ritual cleansing. Ezekiel refers to another ancient shaving custom when he says, "Take thou a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon thy head and upon thy beard." Barbering was available to the general population of the Middle East during the lifetime of Moses, around 1400 to 1272 BC. Although Greek barbers from Sicily introduced shears to Rome sometime between 800 and 700 BC, barbers were virtually unknown to Rome until 296 BC. It was in Greece during its golden age, 500 to 300 BC, that barbering became a highly developed art. Well-trimmed beards were status symbols. Greek men had their beards trimmed, curled, and scented on a regular basis. The status of the beard in Greece drastically changed in the 3rd century BC, when Alexander the Great's Macedonian troops lost several battles to the Persians as a result of the warriors' beards. The Persians would grab the Macedonian warriors by their beards and drag them to the ground, where they were either speared or beheaded. Alexander issued a decree that all soldiers be clean-shaven. Eventually, the general populace adopted the trend, and barbers were kept busy performing shaves and haircuts. Tinicius Mina of Sicily has been credited with having brought shaving and barbering services to Rome in 296 BC. However, clean-shaven faces were the trend until Hadrian came into power in 117 AD. Emperor Hadrian became a trendsetter when he grew his beard to hide scars on his chin, resulting in the populace following his lead, and the beard was again in fashion. In fact, the word barber is derived from the Latin word barba, meaning beard. Another word derived from Latin, tonsorial, tonsor-e-al, derived from tondere, meaning to shear, means the cutting, clipping, or trimming of hair with shears or a razor. Barbers are sometimes referred to as tonsorial artists. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for part 2.